Hello and welcome back. So the temperature has really shifted now. It's fall again, officially. I think it's going to rain here there soon. You can see the color and the leaves changing, especially the ones that are on the ground. So the change, the shift is visible. And it's a great reminder, a great symbol for us to remember to go with the flow in life as well. Not to hold on to the old you, and to just continue moving forward, really. Because nothing stands still in life. It only seems to, based on our perception of the speed of time. I have nothing to talk about. I come to the realization fairly often that I really don't know anything. I'm sitting here talking about stuff that ultimately I can't really say I know. I can share the experiences that I've had and some of the deeper understandings I have about things, but in the end, I don't really know. My message is not about giving you factual information. I'm not trying to convince you that anything I'm saying is correct, right or wrong. I'm not trying to say do what I say at all. My message is really just to be yourself, authentic, just be who you are. Just to be simply who you are. And deep down inside yourself, I know you can feel that into your bones, that if you're not being who you are, there's a part of you that really is just crying to be. And for whatever reason, people don't allow themselves to be who they are, whatever reasons they have for that. To each their own, I guess. Maybe your family, your mother, your father, expectations from other people. You've developed your life in a certain way and you don't want it to change. And the fear of change might be holding you back. I mean, whatever reason, they're your own. You created them, you hold on to them. You're refusing to let them go. But one thing I can say that I know is that the more I allow myself to be who I am, the happier I feel, the more at peace I feel. And I mean, ultimately, you could watch videos on motivation and success and all these positive voices and, teachers, gurus, but really, all what they're saying is the same thing. Every single person is saying the same thing that a voice inside of you is screaming, and that's just to be who you are. It's only an organized religion that they'll try to have you suppress certain parts and aspects of yourself in order to fit into society or to fit into what their idea of what good is. But we're becoming more aware now, and we're coming to a time where organized religion is being revealed for what it really is, another form of control We're coming to a time where all of those illusions are falling away. And you can only hold yourself back from being who you are for so long. You can only hold a pot or a cover on top of a boiling water or lid before the pressure eventually needs to escape. So I guess this is another video about being yourself. Because really, I don't know anything. I had this real, I think it was yesterday, this real deep feeling again, and this keeps coming back to me as I go through this journey that I'm on. I keep coming back to this same point where I'm humbled by the deep knowing that I really don't know. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Because if I wasn't okay with not knowing, then I'd be not okay with reality. I mean, how can I know, really? Understanding that experiencing life as a human being is a limited phenomenon. And as flesh and blood, with a brain, I can only perceive a very small wavelength, bandwidth of light. I can only perceive a very small piece of what reality is. And having been taught that, and having that come into my understanding, that gives me a humbling feeling. It's this that helps to humble me. And at the same time, knowing that that's information that I haven't tested for myself, and even that I don't know. So ultimately, anything that people tell me, I don't know until I've gone through it myself. And even if I did the processing, all the testing, all of it myself, how do I know that it's ultimate? There's still no way for me to prove that it's the final, the ultimate, that what I'm experiencing as a human being is the ultimate. There could be a spirit world. There could be a heaven, there could be a hell. All those things could exist. I really don't know. Even though I've had the most powerful experience during my Kundalini awakening, where I went to heaven, I went to hell, and was shown in the most powerful of experiences that it's an illusion of the mind. Ultimately, even after having that experience, I still call it a waking dream. Because how do I know even the Kundalini awakening was real, or not just generated by the mind? You can argue all day, I know it was real, I know, but really we don't know. Nobody knows, ultimately. When you're stuck in a dream, and then you wake up from that dream, your dream is completely real to you until you wake up. And in that same way, when a person goes through a spiritual awakening, you see a certain level of reality. And it's not that you see things as more real, you see that you really don't know. Your illusions drop. And having this as an understanding and knowing helps you to be yourself. Because that means there's no pre-made mold you need to fit into. If you don't know, also means everybody else doesn't know. Maybe. So who's to say they know what you should be doing with your life? Just think about that for a second. Nobody really knows what's right and wrong for themselves, let alone what's right and wrong for you. So listening to somebody else's advice, although it might be the right thing in the moment, doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing long term. It might not be the right thing in the moment at all. I mean, this seems like a video about two different things, knowing that you don't know and also being yourself. You see, in my life, I've gone through a lot of... I've tried to fool myself and other people a lot before I had my awakening in 2016, September the 18th, over 4 years now. There's this ego structure that we create, and we try to uphold this ego structure. We call it our personality. We call it our individual identity. And the moment that it becomes challenged, we'll sometimes make lies in order to uphold its validity, the reality that we've created for it. And when you can just be okay with having it crumble, just letting it drop, being caught in a lie and saying to yourself, that's it. I'm not going to lie about who I am anymore. I'm not going to be upset or even care, be concerned if people believe me or not. Then you reach a certain level of freedom in your life that's infectious to people around you and helps you to grow as well. Some people will be afraid of that level of freedom, but others who are ready, they'll see it. And I believe it's a time right now for people to be more and more and more and more themselves. Stop trying to fit in. Stop living as though you know what's right or what's wrong. I really feel to the deepest level of my being that it's time for all human beings to just start being. Not to be so concerned with what you're doing, what he's doing, what she's doing, criticizing and judging, and just dropping that whole structure. Just be who you are, to just be ourselves. And when we interact with other people, interact with their being through your being, not through your eyes of condemnation or judgment, but through a simple understanding that he doesn't know, she doesn't know, I don't know. So who cares? Why even bother jumping into this intellectual opinion exchange when in the end we don't really know? So all we're doing is we're just lying back and forth or just working in the realm of belief. And again, I said this in a lot of videos, a lot of people were burned to death because of what they believed and what others believed. A lot of people were killed, shot because of what this group believed versus what this group believed. Belief can be the instigator of a lot of violence and has been throughout human history. So if we can just drop, whatever it is that you believe and just be, understand that no matter what, there's no way you're going to be able to know anything ultimately. Your experience is yours, my experience is mine, and all we can really do is encourage each other to be more true to ourselves, to share a loving and compassionate heart that you develop for yourself outward to others. So love yourself until the love overflows into the world. And that's the message of this video. Love yourself until the love overflows into the world. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.